My name is Richard Carrick. I'm a composer and a pianist, and I'm here to speak about extended techniques on the piano today. As you know, for hundreds of years, we've had a whole world of sound available to us on the keyboard, and now we also have a whole world of sound available to us inside the piano. These are techniques that you can do quickly and implement even during performance. So let's take a look. The easiest way to make single notes on the piano is you can literally just pluck them. We call it pizzicato, and if you use your fingernail you get a nice really vibrant sound. Kind of like a harp. If you use the fleshy part of your finger it's more subtle and it sounds a bit more haunting and more distant. Also sounds great in the low register with the fleshy part. However, it's harder to get the nail under there, so if you want to have more clarity in the lower register, you can also use something like a guitar pick or a plectrum. If you pluck in the middle of the string, you get a bassier sound. As opposed to at the edge here, you'll get more of a sol pont sound. And if you want, the pick is great for also doing flicking sounds. And the speed of the flick will affect the kind of overtones. Listen to the different speeds and the different effects that it creates. It's also great to combine techniques, so if you want to do a pizzicato, you can also pizz at the octave to get nice harmonics. And that's simply done by touching the nodes of the harmonics. We'll get into harmonics more in a minute. The next thing I'd like to show you are mutes. I prefer rubber mutes, and this particular mute is designed for the middle register because, as you can see, I've handmade it out of a rubber, an eraser, and it quickly fits right onto the string. It just slips right in. Nice thing about this is you can quickly take it off, and when it comes to mutes, it's not only important to be able to place it quickly, but also get the sound that you want. So depending on where you place it, you get different overtones. That's a nice thud sound. Higher one. Starting to get harmonics. So depending on where you place it will give you a very different sound. Another mute that I recommend for the bass notes, because the bass notes only have 2 strings or single strings, so you need something a little tougher. This is a violin mute, a violin rubber mute, and you can quickly place it right in between the strings. I'll put 2 of them here, one on the A, one on the C, and then you get this sound. The nice thing about these mutes is you can also strike them with a mallet, so you can do something like this. When it comes to harmonics, you have a lot of options. Some people who own pianos don't allow you to touch the piano strings with your fingers because of the oils. So what I recommend is taking a very thin plastic bag and cutting off a piece and putting it down. And the sound is exactly the same. And you're not touching the piano strings. You can also wear plastic gloves, but then of course that makes it difficult to play the keyboard if you're also planning to do that. So you can find your harmonics and touch the notes. You'll notice that I've already labeled the the dampeners so I can find the strings very easily. This is very helpful, and actually organize them according to the keyboard so the black and white notes are easy to see. And if you're not sure about exactly where you need to put your finger, you can find it, and then you can just put a little post-it there. And then we'll put the F sharp right there. So that way in performance you can just go and find it right away. The other thing I'd like to show you with harmonics is something that I've come up with, which is this is plastic, and it reaches about 7 to 10 different notes. And so this gives you a really easy access to a lot of different harmonics. And then this is what I call a harmonic sweep. Gradual sounds and transitions, almost like audio filtering effects, but done acoustically with the Harmonizer. There are a number of items that you can put on top of the piano strings to alter the sounds, and they sound really great and they're really easy to put on. Something as simple as a plastic necklace has not only a beautiful sound, but has the added advantage that you can actually specify which pitches will be affected and which ones won't. So for example, here I've put from B to F. But the other strings sound normal. Some other things that you can put inside the piano, anything that's gentle, books, paper, whatever you want to do, it'll give you different muffling sounds. I recommend you find your own sounds that you really like. One of the other things you can use is something called an E-bow. It's an electric bow. It's made for electric guitars. I recommend 2 of them if you can. Try to borrow one from someone. And this is really beautiful. You put it on and it gets this haunting sound. Ping pong balls are a great sound. You can use them on a single note. Or you can do something a bit more chance-like. I put tape on them so they don't roll quite as much. And if you like that sound and you want to get a little more adventuresome with it, you can tape a whole bunch together and then just nice thing about taping them together is then you're ready for the next piece. Some other techniques are from the guitar family. The guitar slide, this is a very thick glass one. Has a really brittle sound, sounds great. And finally, we can go to percussion and start using percussive mallets. So this is yarn. It has a very mellow sound. You'll notice with most percussion mallets, even with a hard one like this, has a much stronger sound. Very different sound. But you'll notice that it's actually quite hard to hit the particular pitch you want. It's hard to see it for some reason. So I recommend this. This is a talking mallet, and it's angled down. And you can really be very precise. Also, this is a metal one. It has a great bouncing quality, kind of like the ping pong. If you're so inclined, you can also, if you want to lightly strike things inside the piano, it sounds great. Please only strike metal. Don't ever strike the dampeners or anything that might be fragile. But if you use, for example, wood, it sounds really great. So I hope you've enjoyed this presentation on extended piano techniques. It's a small sample of what's possible inside the piano, but those are some of the basic principles that will lead you into this really exciting adventure. I encourage you to find your own sounds. I encourage you to make great music and have a lot of fun doing it. Enjoy.